Why do some people solve problems in seconds while others take minutes? Why do some students understand a chapter instantly while others need multiple explanations? Is intelligence something fixed at birth or something we can grow and shape throughout our lives? Welcome to today's class where we uncover one of the most fascinating and misunderstood topics in psychology, intelligence. By the end of this lesson, you will understand what intelligence truly means, how psychologists study it, how IQ is calculated, why people differ in abilities, and how emotional intelligence and artificial intelligence shape our world today. Let's begin. Dear students, welcome to our psychology class. Today, we begin one of the most important and high scoring chapters for your board exam. Chapter 1 Intelligence. More than marks, this chapter helps you understand your own abilities, your growth, and your potential. So, sit back, relax, and let's explore the world of intelligence together in the simplest, clearest, and most beautiful way. In psychology, intelligence isn't just about getting high marks. It is the ability to learn, understand, reason, solve problems, and adapt to different life situations. A truly intelligent person is not someone who knows everything, but someone who can use what they know in new and unfamiliar conditions. Psychologists study intelligence to understand why people differ in their abilities, how we learn and remember things, how we make decisions, how we solve problems, how we adjust to our environment. This is why intelligence is called a variation in psychological attributes because it differs from person to person. Let us understand the meaning and definitions of intelligence. To understand intelligence clearly, let's look at three important definitions. Binet and Simon. These are famous psychologists. They define intelligence as the ability to judge well, understand well, and reason well. Their focus was on logical thinking and problem solving. Wechsler. Wechsler gave a broader definition. He said intelligence is a global ability to act purposefully, think rationally, and deal effectively with the environment. This means intelligence is not just thinking, it is using that thinking effectively in real life. Mann. Mann said intelligence is the ability to grasp relationships, for example, seeing how ideas, objects, or people are connected. All these definitions show that intelligence is a combination of many mental abilities. Now, let us explore the major theories that explain how intelligence works. First, Spearman's two-factor theory. Spearman said intelligence has two parts, G factor meaning general intelligence, S factor meaning specific abilities. The G factor is your overall mental power. It influences performance in almost every area, language, maths, reasoning, memory, and more. The S factors are abilities unique for specific tasks. For example, musical ability, drawing skills, or mathematical skill. Let me give you an example. A student who does well in many subjects show a strong G factor. A student who is excellent only in music or only in maths shows a strong S factor. Second, Thurstone primary mental abilities. Thurstone disagreed with the idea of one single general intelligence. He said intelligence has 7 independent abilities. Verbal comprehension, numerical ability, memory, reasoning, spatial ability, word fluency, perceptual speed. Each of these abilities develop differently in each person. For example, someone may be excellent at language but average at maths. Third, Sternberg's Triarchic theory. Sternberg believed intelligence has three parts. First, analytical intelligence, academic skills, and problem solving. Second, creative intelligence, generating new ideas and imagination. Third, practical intelligence, real life problem solving and common sense. Now let's look at the pros and cons of practical intelligence. Practical intelligence is our ability to handle real life situations. How well we apply knowledge outside the classroom. Here are the key advantages and limitations. First, look at the pros of practical intelligence. First, helps in real life decision making, improves social adjustment and common sense. Third, useful in workplace situations and daily life problem solving. Fourth, helps people adapt quickly to changing environments. Now children, let's look at the cons of practical intelligence. May not always reflect academic performance, hard to measure accurately through tests, can vary based on experience and exposure, sometimes undervalued in traditional education systems. These points show that practical intelligence is extremely important, even if schools don't always test it directly. Growth of Intelligence by Thurman and Merrill. According to Thurman and Merrill, intelligence grows rapidly during early childhood. It increases until adolescence, then becomes fairly stable in adulthood. This means your early environment and experiences play a big role in shaping intelligence. Factors influencing intelligence. Intelligence is shaped by both biological and socio-cultural factors. Let's look at the biological factors. Heredity, genes, brain development, nervous system functioning, nutrition, body chemistry. For example, a healthy nervous system and good nutrition support better cognitive development. Second, socio-cultural factors like family environment, parenting style, schooling, peer group, language exposure, opportunities for learning, socio-economic conditions. For example, children who receive emotional support, books, and stimulating conversations tend to perform better intellectually. Now students, let's look at the history of intelligence testing. The first intelligence test was developed by Alfred Binet and Theodore Simon. They wanted to identify children who needed special help in school. They introduced two important concepts: mental age, that is MA, the level of mental ability; chronological age, CA, the actual age of the child. When I say chronological age, I mean biological age. This laid the foundation for intelligence testing worldwide. So how do we calculate? The IQ calculation formula is called the formula for Intelligence Quotient. So IQ is equal to MA, that is mental age, divided by chronological age into 100. Example, if a 10-year-old child has a mental age of 12, IQ is equal to 12 divided by 10 into 100. So the answer is 120. 120 is higher than average. That is how you calculate your mental age. Problems in calculating IQ. Although mental age and chronological age was useful for children, psychologists found issues. It does not work well for adults. Mental age becomes meaningless after a certain stage. Cultural differences affect performance. Test questions may favor certain groups. It gives too much importance to school-type abilities. Because of these problems, modern tests now use deviation IQ, which compares a person's score with people of the same age group. Distribution of intelligence. When the IQ scores of a large population are plotted on a graph, they form a bell-shaped curve. This means most people are of average intelligence, a smaller number are gifted, a smaller number have low intelligence. This distribution is natural in every population. Special abilities. Some individuals show abilities far above the different or they are different from general population. Giftedness. High IQ, quick learning, excellent reasoning. Aptitude. A natural talent in a specific area, music, art, maths, sports, etc. Creativity. The ability to think in original and imaginative ways, creating new ideas, solutions, or designs. Now, let's talk about intellectual disability or APA classification. Intellectual disability refers to significantly low intellectual functioning along with difficulty in daily life activities. According to APA, the levels are mild IQ 50 to 70, moderate IQ 35 to 50, severe IQ 20 to 35, profound IQ below 20. The focus today is on support and training to help individuals live meaningful lives. Types of intelligence test. Intelligence tests can be of three types. Verbal test. Use language-based questions, definitions, similarities, comprehension. Non-verbal test. Use pictures, patterns, symbols, helpful for children or people with language difficulties. Performance test. Involve actions, arranging blocks, completing puzzles, assembling objects. Some intelligence tests are developed in India as well. Bhatia's battery of intelligence test, Marlene's intelligence scale for Indian children, that is MISIC, Seguin form board test, SFBT. These tests are adapted to Indian culture and languages. Uses of intelligence test. Intelligence tests are used in schools, career counseling, clinical diagnosis, identifying gifted children, special education, research, recruitment, and training. Now, let's talk about emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is the ability to understand, use, and manage emotions effectively. Components include self-awareness, empathy, emotional regulation, stress management, relationship skills. People with emotional intelligence communicate better, handle stress better, and build stronger relationships. Students, let's also talk about pros and cons of artificial intelligence, that is AI. Pros. Fast and accurate processing, reduces human effort, helps in medicine industry and research, improves decision making. Cons. Job reduction in some fields, privacy risk, over-dependence on machines, reduce human interaction. So, the points to remember for your exams is, intelligence is a combination of abilities. It grows rapidly in childhood. Both genes and development shape intelligence. IQ, MA divided by CA into 100. Emotional intelligence is as important as IQ. Practical intelligence helps us in real life. AI is powerful but must be used responsibly. Let me conclude, students. Intelligence is not fixed. It grows with learning, effort, opportunities, and experiences. It is not just about marks, it is about understanding, adapting, and becoming the best version of yourself. If this class helped you understand the chapter, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Keep learning and keep growing.